Hello everyone, I'm back with another Duel Links video, and guess what? It's time to kick G-Reg's ass. I'm currently leveling up Mokuba for some reason, and I'll probably be kicked out by maintenance. But don't worry, if I'm kicked out by maintenance, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. However, how long does it take me to do this? I'm not sure. I guess we'll find out. I am a hotshot, thanks. I've already kicked your ass a lot, G-Reg, and that's saying a lot, because considering how many points I have, no one would guess that it's mainly because I just keep grinding up levels over and over. Like, I've just been doing you at level 10 over and over. And my event points, what the hell? Yeah, I'm sure it drives everyone nuts. I updated my deck just a little bit. I didn't make any significant changes because last time they sucked, so I had to dial them back a bit. But I did make some changes that I felt were necessary, like adding a prismatic Neos. Because obviously, you may be wondering why I would use a ticket on a prismatic Neos, and I'll tell you. Because why? Why wouldn't I? Listen guys, you know what I do all the time, don't you? You know the decks I use. Why wouldn't I do this? I mean, honestly, I don't have the red keys to get 3 prismatic Neos from Jaden. I don't have the keys for that. Honestly, if I did have the keys, I wouldn't. I mean, really, I feel like I've dueled Jaden enough for a while. Konami would like to say that I haven't. Konami, why? I want to go into ranked and be completely sane. Konami is just like, what? You are not sane. We've announced scheduled maintenance, and you're what? Yes, I know, but the event isn't over yet. At least this time I know there's maintenance. It's not going to catch me off guard. Of course, I knew there was maintenance during Paradox's event as well, and I also knew that it wouldn't count, so it didn't surprise me when I heard it didn't. I'm sure you guys are curious what I was doing at the other gates. Well, too bad. You guys will have to wait. Because G-Reg's event, I haven't finished uploading his events yet. I mean, his event videos. Why am I even uploading more videos for his event? Well, I don't know. I just felt like it. You know? Alright. It's my turn. It's my turn. Okay, unpopular opinion. I prefer going second. Unpopular opinion. Also, I dueled Zane earlier. It definitely wasn't the real Zane, but it was interesting. It wasn't the real Zane. Yeah, because this one surrendered like a peasant. And Zane would just like to remind me that I was a coward during that duel. I was not a coward, I won. Okay. Anyway, at least that duel got to finish. I dueled someone recently and there was a timeout. Who was it that timed out? Oh yeah, I was dueling against Yuto. I think I was about to win, but he got a connection failure. At first, I was worried it was actually me that was going to get the failure, but it was him instead. which made me feel a little better considering what happened during Zane's duel. I mean, connection failures, Zane, they happen, and my internet isn't the best these days. It makes me wonder if it's my internet or Konami now. I just never know. Okay, Girag, you suck. You suck. I was trained by one of the best. In Mokuba's opinion, the best. But Mokuba's opinion means nothing. Because you know what? Kaiba lost a lot. And there was one time he won because he did something he shouldn't have done. Kaiba? I cannot even say what you did. I cannot say what you did because I cannot believe you. I can't believe you did something so dumb. But he did. And he would never apologize either because he's not the type. He doesn't apologize because he means everything he does. Okay, Kaiba. That's kind of the problem. You mean everything you do. So you were taken seriously and you probably would have actually gone through with it. And that's the most terrifying part about you, Kaiba. You're insane. You're more insane than I am. That's probably why you put a school on an island with a volcano. I'm making a big deal out of that because it's very hard to roast Kaiba. Very hard. Like, how the hell do I roast Kaiba? It's hard. I can roast Chazz. It's easier. But Kaiba, it's hard. And, I mean, Chazz and Kaiba have... Their egos are pretty big. I don't know who would win if there was an ego contest. I think Kaiba would win because he has more money. But I don't know. I feel like I would want Chazz to win. You know, just because it would be less predictable. Less predictable. Chazz is insulted. Chazz is insulted. Get wrecked, Chazz. If I find you in ranked, I'm kicking your ass. I'm kicking your ass if you show up in ranked, and you better not murder my zones. My monster zones are important to me, Chazz. Don't destroy them. You know, I've considered actually using an Ojama deck just so I can kill zones. Maybe I just didn't do it right last time. Maybe that's my problem. I just did it wrong. I mean, we know I've used things wrong. Do you think this deck is using elemental heroes right? No. But I'm still getting level ups out of it. It still works. Although, the unfortunate part is it can still grip. And I can draw pretty much anything but monsters. Or if I do draw something, I just can't summon it. Because I'm playing someone that isn't Jaden. For once in my life, you know, I'm pretty sure I mained Chazz before switching to Jaden. I can't remember though. I can't even remember which video this happened in. Like within the first couple of weeks, I just started playing Jaden and that was it. It was a surprise, but it was easy to unlock GX World, considering I already spent tickets on Amazonuses, so I had warriors all ready to go. Stop insulting me, Girag. This is already a grind, and it's a waste of my time. By the way, I'm acting like Mokuba. It's a waste of his time. He doesn't think he should be doing this. Well, Mokuba, yes you should. You're gathering data. Do your work, Mokuba. Do it. You know you have to. You have to do maintenance work. That's part of your position. Mokuba would like to object to that position because he's the co-president of Kaiba Corp. Okay, but Kaiba created Duel Links, and he's the president, so you're overruled because Kaiba is a higher rank than you. And Mokuba is just staring at me like I'm nuts. Okay, sure, Mokuba, but we don't care about anything you say. We don't care. Because you're silent. I don't have voices on. If I did have voices on, I would just interrupt you. So, obviously, I shouldn't turn them on. I shouldn't. If anyone wants to know why I've got so many videos to upload, I would just like to look at my, oh god, look at these videos I've got to upload. How do I have these? I don't know. I feel like I'm tired one day and the next. Well, sometimes this happens within minutes. I'm tired at like 1:59. And then at 2, I'm like, okay, time to get down to business. I mean, I don't know how this happens, but apparently it does. Alright, Girad. You are still suffering because I am making you suffer. Anyway, at least I'm not suffering. Or that's what I'd like to say. That's what I'd like to say, isn't it? To an extent, I kind of am. I don't really know how I feel about Action Duel Chat. But I absolutely called it. I knew there would be a PvP mode for them. Why? Because of the Turbo Duel. Because of Turbo Duels. Because of Turbo Duel Grand Prix. That's how I knew. That is how I knew. And now I expect Action Duels to work similarly. So I'm going to duel Yuya a bunch of times. So remember how I dueled Yusei a billion times during the Turbo Duel Grand Prix tournaments? And now it's Yuya's turn for that. Oh god. Yuya, I know you like to entertain people, but you really could do better. I really shouldn't criticize someone that's only 14. But I mean, how old is, hold on, I'm getting out the box. I'm getting the box. Look into it. I'm sure you guys will be completely impressed. It's a pretty nice box too. I had it custom crafted. If you guys can't see the box, that's because you don't know what I'm talking about. Only people that know the reference know what the box is. And that's on purpose. Konami, can you do something about this though? Because I would like to see... I would like to see things, Konami. Please. Especially because I'm weird. I like to be weird, Konami. I think you should know. Konami doesn't care, by the way. They haven't seen a single thing I've said. They've seen nothing. They don't even care about me, even though I spent money on their game. How much money have I spent recently? Well, not much, really. But it's almost Christmas. And by the way, I finally came up with a wish list. I came up with something, it's just a bunch of writing shit. Instead of what I was initially going to go for, which I think is for the best. Imagine if I went for some of this shit originally. Bruh, I can afford to be a little less dark for one day. I say as I prove no one to... I prove no justification for believing this. I'm talking about this box, and anyone that understands what I'm talking about is just like, I can't believe you just said that. Why do you have to spoil people? Why do you have to ruin good things? You're calling the box a good thing. You're saying what I have in the box is a good thing? That's not what the plot says. The plot would argue with you. It would beg to differ. Anyway, I would be so much worse if I was there. So much worse. I shouldn't brag. I really shouldn't. But I would. Because I destroy things. I'm good at destroying things. I shouldn't brag about that, but it's true. I mean, I'm human, guys. I'm human. So, that's kind of a given, guys, that I'm good at destroying things. Because humans are good at that. We're also good at creating things, and forming connections, and bonds. Everyone would just like me to stop talking about bonds now. They're like, stop, no, don't do this again, don't. I'm just thinking, okay, fine. I'm not sure why you guys are so against this, but sure. Alright! Anyway, I wonder if Studio Bridge is going to troll us. Studio Bridge, are you trolling us? Because I think at this point, you shouldn't be. I think fans would be pissed if you are. I don't know though. I'm not fully convinced. I'm not convinced. I'm like Kaiba in the dub. You can't convince me. Unless there's evidence, of course. I'm a bit less like Dub Kaiba in the sense that if there's proper evidence, yes, I will believe it. But there has to be evidence, like of the scientific variety. It has to be an official confirmation. It has to be canon, and it has to be clearly canon. It can't be simply implied, because that doesn't mean shit to me. By the way, if I want to be less dark, why the hell am I doing anything but being less dark? A good question. I just seem to be leaning in harder. Oh god. Well, I'm good at being dark. I'm not good at being light. I mean, who would want to be light? Anyway, being light would suck. Do you know what it would mean if I was light? Okay, this is going too far. I can't. I can't. Well, guys, I don't have a murderer's notebook, so I think that's good. You know, I don't have a. Yeah, I just wanted to clarify what I'm talking about. Now that that's out of the way, it's time to duel Girag again. Oh god, it's almost time for more breath work. Why? Dude, I'm operating on 5 hours of sleep. Why? Well, because I just happened to wake up 5 hours after I went to bed. I went to bed at 2 a.m. I woke up at 7-something a.m. Why? Oh, there's no reason. There's no reason why. It just happened. And this probably means I should go to bed early, but will I? I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. Mokuba is just staring at me, thinking I'm busy. I shouldn't be dueling this idiot. Well, Mokuba, at least he's not Scud. How is Scud in the game, Mokuba? Why did Kaiba allow this? No, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, this is somehow Scud's fault. Scud, this is your fault. You're in the game. I don't understand why. But, I mean, you've given me a very unrealistic sense of optimism. I'm not even optimistic. But because Scud is in the game, that has now become a reality. In one way, I am very, very optimistic. Since Scud got in, anyone can get in. And anything can happen because Scud is in the game. Anything can happen because Scud made it. Scud made it! So that means anything can happen. Anything! Until the game shuts down, that is. But I hope that isn't for at least a few more years. And can I have my rerun so I stop bitching? I mean, it doesn't have to be now. Preferably wait until all the worlds have been fully fleshed out. Wait until all the worlds have been fully fleshed out, and then I want my rerun. So please last that long, Duel Links. Last that long. I want to stop bitching, Duel Links. Oh my god. Okay, well, I'm calling my wambulance now. Oh god. You may want to know what I have against Scud, and everyone that's saying has something against Scud. Why would anyone ask why I've got something against him? Of course I do. He's a representation of things I don't like. He's everything that I hate, except not everything. Just, he's a very realistic portrayal of that everything. People like Scud exist in real life. That's what's so bad about him. At least I'm almost out of currency. I'm doing Taya. Why? Now I just have more. But seriously, I'm being given breathwork nudges. I guess I know how I woke up. I guess I know why I woke up now. But to be fair, I already jumped to that conclusion. And no one knows what conclusion I'm talking about. Well, that's because if I try to say what I'm talking about, everyone is going to think I'm speaking gibberish. I will clarify things in a later video, probably. Probably when I'm less stupid. And yes, I do have a very, very ridiculously... I've got an ego when it comes to my intelligence. I believe I'm very, very intelligent. More intelligent than average, but also I'm still a human being and I can still do stupid shit. I'm not going to deny that. So when I'm older and I'm wiser, I might start coming out about some of this spiritual shit. Because trust me, I've learned about breathwork because I have to. I have to know about it for reasons. Also, should I make another video? I don't know. Maybe I should stop. Everyone is saying I should, but I don't want to. I just want to go all out. I want to be myself with no shits given. This is what happens when anhedonia takes over. I stop giving shits. And meanwhile, everyone is like, this is not what anhedonia does to people. It's not what anhedonia does. My anhedonia is partial. I'd like to remind everyone of that. It's partial, which means I've got some capability for enjoyment and pleasure. It's just not the normal range. And also, it explains why watching Arc 5 was kind of boring. Because I was starting to develop some issues. But during Arc 5 era, that was anxiety, not anhedonia. My anhedonia developed during Vrain's era. During Vrain's era, yeah. And that's when my anhedonia developed. And I'm just like, if I was to, I don't want to experience further trauma. And then I'm just sitting here like, I feel like anything could happen. I don't trust this country. I don't trust anyone in my state. Okay, I do trust my family to an extent, but only the ones that aren't toxic. Only the family members that aren't toxic. Only those. I'm not really in touch with many of my family members. Some of them are on my dad's side. I'm not in touch with those people. They don't even know anything about me. I think they would judge me I think they would high-key judge me now. And you know what? That's probably not a bad thing. I mean, there are some things that I should be judged for. But I'm trying my best not to go too far. I've got issues, and sometimes I have to deal with them in very weird ways. Like being reminded of how I'm dealing with my issues by watching Dark Hole get activated. I look at Dark Hole and I remember, and I'm just like, you know, this reminds me of what's going on with me right now. This reminds me of that. Is this going to be what's going on with me? Just, you know, different in all possible ways. In all possible ways. I just seem to be getting darker and darker. I don't know why, and I think I could stop. But for some reason, I just don't want to. It feels like I'm supposed to be here. Like, for some reason, there's something worthwhile. Like, I don't know, maybe it's because I've been dark for so long. I think that's the problem. I need to see the light! Although preferably not by Sartorius, not by Sartorius' hands, preferably. I don't look good in white, Sartorius. I don't. By the way, the Sartorius in the game is the one that would brainwash me and turn me into a Society of Light member, and I don't want to join a cult, and I don't like wearing white. Sartorius is probably the only person with the power to actually do that. Because I would not be able to become a cult member without supernatural powers. You would need supernatural powers for me to join a cult. I legit mean this. And that's basically how Sartorius converts everyone to his cult. And everyone gets a nice white uniform. And Chazz hates it. And I'm just like, yeah, me too, man. Me too. That was kind of an issue in my one of my relationships. I mean, I would shut up, but it's stupid. It's like one of the dumbest conversations I've ever had. Like, I had an argument about my hatred of the color white. I was told that hating a color is stupid. Okay, sure, dude, sure. You did many things that are dumb. Many things. You clearly didn't do your research. You clearly gaslighted me. And I'm calling it gaslighting because you think you wanted me to believe something that isn't true. Okay, no, it's not true. I know what you were doing. You were doing all sorts of this shit. You just wanted me to stay in this toxic relationship. No. I probably would have learned it was toxic sooner if I rewatched the ex during that relationship. Maybe that's why my ex hated it. Maybe he knew that I would leave if I rewatched it. Well then, too bad. I left anyway. I left anyway. And then I just started a YouTube channel. You know, just because I could. Okay, this video is going to be a bit on the longer side of things, but I don't know what that means. I do know, though, that it doesn't appear I'll be kicked out by maintenance. So at least I'm good there. Alright. Let's begin. There are 2 more duels I have to do. 2 more. And to be honest, I wonder how I'm going to present this avatar's lore. I do know, though, that if I'm going to have a self-insert as my protagonist, I need to know that people don't just hate her, you know? Do they like her character? I have to know. And also, I do kind of want to market for myself here if I get that far. I had to overcome my writer's block first. I'll do the work. I'll do it. I do a lot of work. I mean, people may think I don't, but I do. In fact, that's why I'm exhausted a lot. You know, it takes a lot of self-restraint to not just snap on someone. And the only reason I'm able to even have this self-restraint is because of all the intense energy flowing through my body. Oh my god, I sound nuts. But I probably sound nuts whenever I bring up my twin flame relationship. And I'm just like, well, I can't make it up if I try. I couldn't make this up if I tried. And believe me, guys, I tried. I couldn't do it. I failed. I couldn't make up any of this. It just, things played out like this, and it's very interesting. I feel kind of guilty, though, because honestly, I kind of treated my twin flame like shit at first, which is very easy to do when all your past relationships were toxic. I mean, let's just be honest. But I hope I treat him at least a little better now. I mean, I get that impression. Like our bodies and our souls feel fused. I know I sound insane, but work with me here. It's kind of similar to how Jaden used polymerization on Yubel. I mean, super polymerization. My bad, had to be specific with the polymerizations. Oh my god. But you do realize the cost of creating that card. You do know the cost. To be fair, if I knew that I would get to be with the one person I love for all of eternity, forever, if I did all this shit, I'd probably do the same thing. I've said that I'd probably be worse than Yubel without the light of destruction or any other evil force. I'm just like, bruh, if I went through all of that, I'd be evil without any outside influence. I'd be batshit. And if I was sent into space, I'd come back even worse. I'd be like, why did you do that to me? And I'd be jealous too. I'd be jealous. I'd be a jealous bitch. I mean, I know Yubel was jealous, but do you think Yubel was jealous? Guys, listen. I am not joking when I say I could be worse than Yubel. Now, would I really go that far? Doubtful. I really doubt it. I really doubt it, because hurting my twin flame, honestly, it was the worst feeling of my life. It was the worst feeling I've ever experienced. It's worse than accidentally hurting myself. It's worse than that. It was that bad. It's like, if I had a job and my twin flame got hurt, I would be fired because I wouldn't be able to focus on the job. Because seriously, I just, it's like whenever he's hurt, he's top priority. Fuck everything else. I have to fix this. But it's a good thing that he doesn't get hurt that often. It's usually me that gets hurt instead. And why? Well, because I'm sensitive. I'm sensitive, guys. I know it doesn't seem like it, but I am. Okay, was that the last duel? I have to see if that's the last of the currency. I can see why he would look at Mokuba and be like, heh, you're better than I thought. Yeah, I can see why he would say that to Mokuba. But it's definitely not something I would say to Mokuba. Because Kaiba will wreck you. Kaiba will wreck you, and also Mokuba will do that. Mokuba will wreck you too, because at this age, he knows how to wreck people. He's been training for a long time, you have to understand. At his age, he can't afford to be careless. He needs to know his shit so he can run the company after he's... Okay, you know what? This time, just watch the movie. Just watch the movie. It's like... How long? I don't remember. It's like an hour or something. I thought it was 50 minutes, but then I just remembered that's Bonds Beyond Time. And if you're wondering if I actually bothered to look that up, no, that was just YouTube. YouTube was just stalking me, okay? I allowed this, and that's why Bonds Beyond Time showed up. And there is a reason I allowed Google to do this to me. And now, can they misuse this luxury? Yes, I assume they often do. But there's a difference between I don't know how to get out of my situation, and I don't need you stealing my information. Like, sometimes you have to compromise shit in order to get your needs met. And this is what I'm doing. I'm compromising some shit just so I can get out of my situation. Like, I need the algorithm to help me. I need the algorithm, guys. I know it sounds absurd because of privacy concerns, but I mean, if the privacy concerns backfire on me, I wasn't going to be safe regardless of my decisions. Let's just be fair. Like, there's probably plenty to ruin my life over. Someone wanted to cancel me, I'm sure they could. Quite easily. Maybe with just my YouTube videos alone. But please don't. Please don't cancel me. I'm not as bad as you may think I am. It's just, I say things for entertainment value, and also because I have to cope with shit that I can't escape from. I have to escape from a situation that I am trapped in. Am I trapped in it forever? I don't know. But if the system is as bad as I say it is, there is no way in hell I'm getting out of it in just a matter of 4 or 5 years. No way in hell is that happening. I don't trust the system. I don't trust this country. I don't trust it. And by the way, America, I'm waiting for approval. Get to work on that shit. My therapist is trying to work with you, and you're not paying her. Do it, please. Like, I'm trying to get help. I'm trying to get help in all the right ways. Like, I've got a lot of appointment cards. I've got them stacked up. I could prove it, but I can't. I don't want anyone stalking me, and well, I doubt anyone's going to stalk me right now. Years later, you never know what someone's going to do. Look, if someone wants to cancel you, they'll go through anything to get those receipts. And I'm sure there are plenty of those. And oh my god, the shit people can take out of context. Well, all I can tell you is this. I am human. I do not always feel like I'm treated like a human. For references, please note that mental hospitals don't actually treat you like a human. Some might, but mine didn't. Mine treated me like I was trash. Yeah, mine treated me like I was complete trash. And I am never going back to another one. Doesn't matter what I'm going through, I will never go back to another one. If I did, you better believe this country is going through some shit. Because if I am willing to go back to a place like that, there must be some serious shit going on that justifies me feeling much safer in a mental hospital. Because I sure as hell don't after the experience I had. Anyway, guys, that's going to wrap things up for this cursed content. I will be back after maintenance, which begins soon. So I'm logging out. See ya!